Hello, and welcome to Shark Time News, Landmark College's premier television news show. I'm Dan Fish.
And I'm Andrew Conan. On today's show, we have news on the death of David Bowie, the giant Powerball jackpot, a new feature at Haystack to benefit skiers, and a look at the NFL playoff picture.
Singer, songwriter, and actor David Bowie passed away after an 18-month battle with cancer. He just turned 69 last Friday and was surrounded by his family at the time of his passing. Bowie, an all-time favorite rock artist, inspired current artists like Kanye West and Lady Gaga, as well as other rockers like U2 and Madonna. In his prime, Bowie developed his most famous alter ego, Ziggy Stardust. In the 1970s, while experimenting with his career in the showbiz, Bowie also appeared in famous movies such as Zoolander, The Prestige, and Labyrinth. He released his last album, Black Star, on his last birthday on last Friday, as an epitaph to his career.
What a tragic loss of such a legendary artist.
Yeah, no, he was great.
The current most famous criminal in the world is trying his hardest to stay in Mexico. In a radical change from the Mexican government's former stance that Joaquin El Chapo Guzman would only be extradited after 300 to 400 years in a Mexican prison. They've put him on the fast track to extradite him to the U.S. While there's been no official reasoning announced, it's speculated that this is an attempt to put him somewhere more secure. With this potential move, he will not have access to the same network which helped him escape. Analysts speculate El Chapo might intend to delay the proceedings long enough to let the case be decided by the next administration. Mexico's presidential elections take place 2 years from now. U.S. federal prosecutor Juan Massini says they don't have to raise any challenges all at the same time. You can have his lawyers milking it tea by tea till the milk dries out.
Recently, there's been attacks all throughout Germany. It's mostly been on women, and it's either been sexual molestation or theft. The fact is, these attacks have become more violent and taking place from Hamburg to Frankfurt. Some Germans wonder if these attacks were planned. There have been more than 600 complaints filed. This has forced Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, to change the way she goes about letting migrants and immigrants into the country. Germans have started talking about if there is any need to be a stricter policy on migrants and refugees entering the country.
$1.4 billion is the amount of money you can win on Wednesday's Powerball. It's the largest jackpot ever. People are taking notice and buying tickets at record rates. There hasn't been a winner in weeks, so cross your fingers, Brattleboro, because it could be you. That's a lot of money, Dan.
You bet, Andrew. There's some lot incoming. Huh?
Speaking of money, that brings us to your story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Presidential candidate Donald Trump, at a rally in Rock Hill, South Carolina, made the claim that Syrian refugees residing in the United States are probably ISIS. During Trump's speech, a Muslim woman in a traditional head covering stood in silent protest as she was removed from the rally by police. The local written word is having a difficult time reporting from Capitol Hill. According to a study run by the Pew Research Center, almost half of the nation's states no longer even have a single newspaper reporter in Washington. 21 states failed to fulfill what used to be a standard practice, and this may be due to revenue declines within the industry. Vermont is one of these states with a local correspondent.
Now over to our special correspondent, Megan Freeman, with her informative story about bees. Megan?
Thanks, guys. The EPA is saying the pesticide imidacloprid may be the cause in the decrease of bees across the U.S. In a study, the pesticide reduces or eliminates nectar from plants, causing damage to the bees in the hive as well. The class of chemicals this pesticide belongs to is coming under increased suspicion because some of them show the ability to impair bees' brains. Now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Megan. Now, in more local news, less trash in Brattleboro means more composting. The trash is only being picked up once every other week and is said to decrease the tons of trash generated by more people doing curbside composting. A new system, pay as you throw, has people pay for every garbage bag they put on the curb. Less trash picked up means more money being saved in people's pockets. With more money, people can hit the slopes. The Hermitage Club at Haystack Mountain introduces a brand new chairlift system by adding the Barnstormer, the $7.5 million bubble, 6-person bubble system made its debut on January 2nd. The new lift has heated seats and an increased lift speed. Previously, the average time it took to get to the top was over 15 minutes, and now it takes less than 6. Vice President of Membership Development Reese Pinney says, "We don't always need the heated seats and the bubble, but it's nice to have it when you do." Now over to Dan with AFC-NFC playoff picture.
Thanks, Andrew. In the AFC wildcard games, the Kansas City Chiefs were able to advance in a 30-0 shutout over the Houston Texans. They will go on to face the favorite, the New England Patriots, in the divisional round. That game will be on Saturday at 4:30 on CBS. The Steelers were also able to get things done with a victory over the Bengals that turned out to be 18-16. And we'll move on to the divisional round to face the number 1 ranked Denver Broncos on Sunday at 4:40, also on CBS. In the NFC wildcard games, the Seattle Seahawks escaped with a 10-9 win over the Minnesota Vikings. They'll be moving on to face the number 1 ranked Carolina Panthers on Sunday at 1:05 p.m. on Fox. In the very last wildcard game, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Redskins 35-18. They'll be facing off against the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday at 8:15 on NBC. Those should be some excellent games there, Andrew. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be watching the Patriots this weekend.
Yeah, local favorite.
Speaking of watching, did you catch the Golden Globes yesterday?
No.
Lots to see there, but I think one award rose above the others. Here's Dan with that story.
Thanks, Andrew. Denzel Washington's career was highlighted as he brought his family members along with him on stage to accept the honorary Cecil B. DeMille Award. This award honors an individual who has had extraordinary contributions to the entertainment world. Washington, with his wife and family, gave an impromptu speech to accept the award. Washington told a funny tale of his father trying to save money and thanking his mother for convincing his father that his family needed light bulbs better than 25 watts in their home. During the speech, his wife joked that he had forgotten his glasses, and a fellow actor and friend, Jamie Foxx, offered to lend him some. Washington politely declined and ended his acceptance speech with thanking his family and God bless you all. He is the 3rd black actor to receive this prestigious award.
If you want to be a healthier person, then consider hanging out with old friends and making new ones. Ways you can hang out with friends are playing interactive games, having a meal, spending more time out on the town. According to a study in the National Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, social isolation can cause different problems depending on the age of the person. For example, a person in their late adulthood could be more at risk for diabetes as a result of too much social isolation. In this study, subjects were screened for certain health problems like diabetes, smoking, alcoholism, and other risks. The subjects with a lower score on the Social Integration Index had a higher abundance of C-reactive protein in their blood. In a healthy person, there are far fewer of these proteins. If you have a chance to get out with friends, you should, since it will be a positive impact on your physical health.
Thanks for watching Shark Time News, and a special thanks to the staff at BCTV, Roland, Jeff, and Core, for all their assistance with our show. Until next time, Brattleboro, this is Dan Fish
And Andrew Conan
saying thanks for watching.